Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 30 of the Bobcat Weekly Podcast. I got it right.
Yep.
We're doing 2 rodeo episodes this week. By the time you guys will be hearing this episode, it'll be rodeo week. We're putting it out in 2 weeks, right? Rodeo.
Correct.
So, rodeo episode this past Tuesday that we just put out today, and then we have an episode in the middle, and then rodeo episode the week of the rodeo. But for you guys that are new here, my name is Keegan Torsdahl, and I'm here with
Aiden Kuntz and Brady Torsdahl.
And special guests. Ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Ella Moedl. And I'm Anneliese Mccurry.
Well, guys, welcome on to the show. Happy to have you here. The rodeo episode earlier this week, we had 3 at the table. It's a full table, but a lot of fun. This week we have 2. But excited to get you guys on, chat about the rodeo, kind of learn about your guys' backgrounds, time with the cats, all that stuff. But, a little bit different structured episode this week because we are putting it out in a couple weeks. So the recap looking ahead is going to look a little different. But we've got a decent amount of other Bobcat news we'll cover throughout the show. We'll kind of jump into an interview with you guys. So just kind of tell us a little bit about yourselves and the journey to Montana State.
I'm from Lewistown, Montana originally. I grew up on a ranch there, and my dad came to Montana State and rodeoed here, as well as both of his parents. So I had definitely some family pull me here.
And I'm from Nampa, Idaho. I'm a sophomore here at Montana State, and I also have 2 older brothers that went to Montana State, so definitely some family influence as well. But just the rodeo program and how much support the community gives it is really what brought me to this school. So,
Yeah, it's nice you both have the pull from family members. It's something we kind of wonder about with our athletes and stuff when we have some parents who played other family, but that's cool. You guys both had people come here. So you guys are both sophomores, correct, on the team? So relatively new on the roster, kind of getting in the groove of things. But take us through what time with the Cats so far and how that's been for you guys.
It's been awesome. I think that being a freshman in college is hard, and being a student athlete that's a freshman in college is even harder. And that is by far was my hardest year, was freshman year, just learning how to live as an adult, or so legally anyways. But it's been awesome. The team is so supportive. The coaches are awesome. We get to practice a lot, which I love, and the school is awesome. We get a great education.
Last year for me was it's a whole new world when you start college rodeoing, I feel like, because especially for us rodeo kids, we grow up, competing against the same people for, all through junior high to high school, even younger than that. And so getting to experience a whole new crowd of people, a whole new group of competitors was a really cool experience because it kind of lets you see where you're at on a wider scale. And so it was a really cool year to just kind of gauge where you're at and set some goals and see what you can do to achieve them.
Yeah, so Ellie, you mentioned a good point about student athletes, and that's one thing that we kind of honed in on, especially throughout the football season, talking to especially newer players. And you said it's a lot to kind of learn and manage. Yeah. So obviously we've talked to lots of football players, basketball players, volleyball, whatever else, and we got to look into what their student athlete life looks like. But what does that look like for rodeo?
So basically with rodeo, it's a team sport, but it's so individual. And I listened to your last podcast and they talked about this a lot. But I would say that something with rodeo, I compete in 3 events, so I have practice every single day. And then there's other people that compete in 1 event, so they have practice 2 days a week. And something with rodeo, we have horses. We have to go to the arena. We have to feed them every day, no matter what, if we don't have practice or if we do. And we have vet bills and diesel and things like that I don't think that other people really take into account. The run out is amazing. We show up early to bring our horses to do it, and it's such a cool opportunity, and we all love it. But it's stuff like that, that you don't see behind the scenes. And expense-wise, that's something in college you really learn, right? Because your mommy's not there to be okay, here you go. You go to college and you're shoot, my horse needs to go to the vet. And it's just stuff like that. You can never, it's basically bringing your kids to college is bringing horses to college, right?
Yeah, a lot different of a structure than, say, football team where they all come to practice every day and they're doing the same thing. But that's interesting you mentioned about different events and different schedules and stuff. So you said you compete 3 events.
Yes.
So what are those 3?
So I team rope, breakaway rope, and I go tie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anneliese, what do you?
I barrel race and breakaway rope.
Okay. So I'm assuming your guys' schedules look a little different then in itself between the 2 of you guys.
Yeah, she definitely has more like mandatory practices because the goat tying and the team roping, like those are practices that are at a specific time. But for the barrels, it looks a little different. We don't have necessarily like barrel practice. It's kind of just you do what you got to do to get your barrel horses ready. So.
Yeah, so something I definitely want to hit on with you guys, and we talked about on Tuesday, is the run out for football. It's obviously such a staple thing, and I think we all decided on Tuesday it's the best run out in the country for college football.
For
So,
sure.
we got to hear from those ladies about it, but I'd like to hear from you guys about kind of how it's like for you guys, that experience.
I think it's awesome. I mean, the brokest horse that I have, the best horse that I have, literally gets more excited to do the run out than she does to actually do the thing that we've been like working our entire lives to do. So, and it's just cool. Like my grandpa is a hardcore Bobcat fan and loves Bobcat football, loves everything about the Bobcats, and like he tears up every time I run out. And I just think like that's what the run out is. That's what it's about. It's just for the fans, for the Bobcat family per se. It's just such a cool experience that we get to be a part of it. And what was it last year at the Bozeman Rodeo when the football players ran out?
Yeah.
They ran out at our rodeo, and
Yes.
that was the coolest thing. I just thought. And the other president, she rode her horse.
Oh,
She rode
Moedl.
one of
Moedl,
Moedl,
yeah.
Ron's horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole Gerhardt's horse. So, yeah, it's definitely a once in a lifetime feeling. I mean, no other college athlete is going through that. That's on the rodeo team. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's one thing about being in Montana, a little more remote than like the big schools, but it's so unique. I think that's what I think makes it the best run out in the country of college football. And Brady, you mentioned on Tuesday with the other girls, our cousin, he was from Virginia, went to Virginia Tech, and so they have a really good run out there because obviously they're a big football program. And he came here and was kind of like, whoa, like, that's pretty cool.
I mean, we see it every weekend. Like, we know it's going to happen, but it's
Yeah.
still awesome every single time, and it doesn't get boring, like, one bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Haven mentioned, I think she was the first B in the semifinal against the Grizz. Like, I'm sure that experience was pretty cool. I mean, that game in itself was incredible, but yeah, fun stuff all around.
At one point, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
Some
think
timing where, like, the horse won't go, so you have, like, the first three letters. And then
Usually our coach is like, come on, like yelling at
They're
us.
giving us the countdown. Everyone's freaking
Yeah,
out.
and
It's a bigger drama.
One time I was looking away, and he will never forgive me because I was just like this much too late. But you're just off pace, no matter what. So
Yeah, and I think for you guys too, it has to be a really cool look like on the field coming out in the sea of gold if it's Gold Rush or whatever game it is. But yeah, I mean, I want to say it's maybe before this season or last season, but they put a GoPro on a player's helmet, and so we got to see like that view coming out, and I'd never seen anything like that. That just complete sea of gold. So it has to be pretty cool for you guys too.
For sure.
I got to be down on the field for one of the games. I got to see the run out. It's totally different from down there,
It
too.
is.
I mean,
I think the biggest thing that people don't realize is the noise. I have
Yeah.
never been like, wow, good for you football players, because you run through there with that noise. Like especially Gold Rush week, I think I ran a flag there, and it was like insane. It's so much louder than you think it is. Because even sitting in the stands, you're like, yeah, it's loud. It's really loud down there. That's
Yeah.
something that I never had thought would be a thing.
And especially this year with, I guess this past year with playoffs coming through Bozeman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting louder and louder every week. I think we pretty much decided on the semifinal game, the first Justin Lamson's rushing touchdown was down right in front of us. That is the loudest we've ever heard Bobcat Stadium.
Yep.
And it pretty much was throughout the entire game.
overcapacity by, like, 3,000 people.
Yeah, pretty
For
much.
some reason, a stadium that maxes at 2,000
20,000 was-
25,000.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and there wasn't a quiet moment in that game. Like,
No.
from the first snap, it was loud. And I think the Grizz definitely struggled with that. Because, I mean, their stadium gets loud, but it's only, like, once in every couple of plays. But I think
It's big, is it?
It's bigger.
Is it bigger?
Yeah.
It never
but-
feels like it's bigger.
No, but they don't fill it as much either. So
Because no one wants to watch them.
yeah,
Yeah. But, yeah, you mentioned the point about the noise. I remember back after Gold Rush talking to, I think I saw an interview with Justin Lamson, and he was asking his teammates, like, is this how all the games are? Or is it like just this game? And we have like less and less people, and they're like, no, like it's going to be sold out every week. And like, this is how it is. Cause he came from Stanford, which obviously a lot different down there. But I mean, Bozeman's just different. The fans are just different. So
Even if we're undefeated or completely defeated, the stadium's still going to be packed no matter what.
Well, we'll see about completely defeated. But yeah, well, that's a ways away. So we won't worry about that.
yeah, I mean, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. September's going to come before we know it, and it's going to be football
Yeah.
season again. So,
But
yeah.
that's not when that's coming.
Right. We're in March right now, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, but guys, so you said Lewistown originally, and then down to Bozeman and Nampa. So, Ella, I'll start with you. Tell us about Lewistown growing up and kind of the journey here.
Shoot, there's not much to tell about Lewistown. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I grew up there. My grandpa has a ranch there. My grandma, she works really hard, but it was completely different. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I freaked out when I got here, but I toured here, and I was like, you know what, Kyle, like, I don't think I can do it. It's too big. I had toured schools in Texas and New Mexico and pretty much everywhere around the world, and
Yeah.
I just was like, this town has grown so much in just the last couple of years. It's just not the cowboy town. I guess it still is. It still has the heart, but it's just so much more people. And like the first 2 weeks of driving here, there was a lot of mental breakdowns. I'm not gonna
19th
lie.
Street?
Yeah, 19th. You learn real quick not to go down 19th. And but Lewistown is just beautiful. It's just beautiful mountains. Just growing up on a ranch, like I'd always been around very few people and just big open country. So it was just a lot of change, but just as pretty as here, I think. I'm obviously jaded, but I think it is. Yeah, I guess I don't really know what else. We just got a big R, so that was pretty cool. Not very big, that's for sure.
Yeah, growing up in Nampa, honestly, coming to Bozeman is a pretty smooth transition just because the Treasure Valley, like where I'm from, it's pretty big. So I didn't have quite the culture shock that Ella did, but yeah, growing up, I didn't grow up in a rodeo family per se, but we always like had horses and stuff. So that was kind of what got me into rodeo, and yeah, I don't know. I honestly was very late to the game, like touring schools to come to for college. But I honestly was like, I'm never going to Montana State. It's way too cold. I can't do the cold with
That
my
was
horses.
me too.
Yeah?
I'm going south. I need
Yeah,
a suntan
exactly.
every day.
Yeah, so I was set on Texas. I was like, this is me. I'm going to Tech. Like, let's do it. And then I was like, no, it's way too far. And then when I like came here and toured and met the coaches, Kyle and Savannah and everything, I just fell in love with it. And I was like, okay, fine. I guess I'll go here. And
At least
it's
you
been
don't,
really great. So
you don't have to worry about the cold this year as much.
yeah, I know. We haven't even had a winter. So
It better not be a bad year next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll get lucky for all 4
We had a surprise winter yesterday, and then it was gone by the afternoon.
That was
It
really
was crazy.
concerning. I hauled butt out to the arena.
Yeah.
To put blankets on. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's snowing. It was 60 yesterday.
Yeah,
Poor
about
horses.
3 seasons all in like 4 hours.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I brought up on Tuesday with talking about former guests, especially like out-of-state football players and that. Like, guys, this is not winter in
No.
Montana and Bozeman. Like, don't settle on this. Like, this, like we're recording in December and it's still like 40, 50 degrees. And yeah, I was like, don't get used to this. Like, get used to playing in the snow. Even like we talked about playoff games this year for football. Like, usually the December playoff games have snow and it's cold.
It's horrible. Like,
Like, yeah.
usually we're like, okay, rock, paper, scissors for who's going to get the horses for the run out. Like,
Yeah.
it is not.
No, I'm pretty sure we were at our December playoff games this year in like t-shirts or quarter zips, probably at most, for the day games. And then night games got a
Night
little more
games got a
chilly,
little chilly. For some reason, I feel like we had snow for one game, but I can't remember.
We
what
had
game.
one, and then it melted. I think.
I think it was like melting snow throughout the
Melted
day.
during the game.
Yeah. We went into the stadium and there was snow. We came out and it was July.
but yeah, no, it's like we played all these more East Coast teams in the playoffs, but it's like this isn't. They're not getting the like winter experience that they have to
Because like
learn
when
to
we were
do.
playing Stephen F. Austin, I'm like, it's always blazing hot in Texas. Like they're not gonna do good. And then come game time and it's like 50 degrees. And I'm like,
See, I feel like that helps us every year. I'm a big believer in that too. Like when those South kids come up here and it's like cold, I'm like, oh, got it in the bag.
Yeah.
Like, they can't compete in the cold, but
Yeah.
it wasn't even cold this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we talked a little bit about you guys growing up and obviously rodeo and stuff. Something that I found super interesting Tuesday we learned was Faith didn't come from like a rodeo background. And so you mentioned your family didn't necessarily like rodeo before you, but do you guys do like other sports, other activities growing up outside of rodeo?
So my mom was a firm believer in you're willing to try every sport. So I tried everything. I ran track for a while and volleyball and basketball. And after they literally had to teach me how to run, I think that like my whole family was like, okay, I think I quit basketball like my sophomore year because I went homeschooled after that. And I think everybody thought it was for the best, for sure. I just wasn't that athletic, and I just never had, like, obviously I tried. I hate losing, but it was just like, I wasn't tall enough to do anything, and I don't know. I mean, I tried everything just to see, but I went on a golf kick for a while. That was cool, but yeah, I mean, we try everything, but you have to pick the sport your heart's into, or you're not going to make it, so.
Yeah. I was kind of the same way growing up. I tried just about every single sport there is to play. And I was kind of the same way. There was like a running joke in my family that like, I would just kind of start a sport and be like decent at it, and then they'd be like, nah, I don't really like it. And so when I got into rodeo, I was like, Mom and Dad, like, I really love this. Like, I think that I need a new horse. Like, you need to get all the things. I need to start entering all these rodeos. And they were pretty skeptical at first because, I mean, as we've talked about, there's a lot of expenses that come with rodeoing. So my parents were like, are we really going to do all this? They're like, are you going to stick with it? And lo and behold, here I am, college rodeoing. So this was the one sport that I was like, yep, this is for me.
Paula's a realist. She knows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, I feel like you mentioned the expenses part, and you talked about it a little bit earlier, too. I think that's something super unique that is, like, a rodeo thing. Like, we talked to, like, football, everything's provided them, especially they're on scholarship. Volleyball, basketball, same thing, but you guys, it's a whole different world. So I'd like to hear a little bit into that about what all goes into it.
I don't know if any other sport like keeps track of like the price of diesel, but I don't know if anyone's noticed it's $4.79 right now. So yeah, like when we went to college, it wasn't like my mom like made a joke. She's like, when I went to college at MSU, I took my little car and I loaded it up with all my stuff and I drove away. And then when I went to college, I brought 3 horses, a truck, a trailer. Someone drove a car down that I could drive, and then you have to get hay and grain, and you got to go to the store all the time, and you got to get a health to make sure your horses are healthy before we. There's just so much. There's like you can't even. It's not just 4 tires. It's 6 on a dually, and then 4 trailer tires. It's just a lot. Yeah, there's a lot more than that, but.
Yeah, I think just going off of what she said, like there is just so much that goes into it, and I think a lot of the times, like people, like you said, football, like everything's provided for them, and for us, like even if we are on scholarship, there's still
We pay to rodeo.
Right.
Like we pay fees
we
at
pay
every
our
rodeo.
entry fees. We
Yeah.
have to pay to
Like
enter
what
the
is the
rodeo.
Bozeman rodeo for 3 event? Like
It's-
$600, I think
It's
I
pretty
pay.
expensive,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, I mean we get travel money and we have a lot of support, which is super great. But like I said, like even if you're on scholarship, I mean that doesn't cover your feed, your board, your all the things. So yeah, there definitely is a lot to keep in mind with that. That makes it all the much more rewarding.
Yeah. On the other hand, you got football players where some of them are on full ride. They can get their housing paid for, all their food. They just walk into the complex and get food whenever they want. So
Yeah, you don't need to bring it up. I know.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, going back to it, but like we get those like gear day videos on Instagram, like walk into the locker room and it's like piled with all this stuff. It's like, this is insane.
That must
like,
be nice.
You
Yeah.
guys, like, this is nuts. Yeah, it's totally different. And so you talk about the pay to play thing, which obviously very different for all the sports, but something it's kind of similar to is club hockey here for both sides. We've had a couple episodes with club hockey players, and it's pay to play. I mean, you buy all your stuff, and they got to pay for all the travel and that. So it's kind of interesting to compare those and hearing from them from like a full club standpoint of what that's like. But yeah, definitely some kind of similarities here and there. Yeah, so another note I have on here is CNFR. So you guys last year sent a lot of people both on the men's and women's side. So I'd like to hear about your guys' experience with that and how that went for you guys.
I remember remember at the beginning of the year, we had a goals meeting, and I don't even remember what my goal was, but it was something like make a few short rounds at the college rodeos in the barrels. And barrels has always been my main event, and like I said, you're coming into this new sea of competitors, and I was like, all right, well, I think fall season, I'll just kind of feel it out, see where I'm at. And I didn't run my good horse at the first couple of college rodeos, but at the last one of the fall, I ended up like making the short round, and I was like, oh, okay, like we can hang in there, we can do this. And then the spring came, and my horse Shandy just was on fire, and it was just like she never looked back after that. And next thing you know, I was making the college finals as a freshman, and I was like, that wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm really happy about it. So that was kind of a little bit of a shock to me, but you know, I'm not complaining. It was a great experience. So yeah.
I would say at my goals meeting, I said I want to make the college finals in the breakaway roping, but I always think like I'm just gonna set my goals so high that they're like unreachable, and then if you make them, right? And I didn't have a very good fall. Me and Anneliese were kind of in the same boat. Like we were like, well, we're just kind of hanging in there. I won the Dillon rodeo last year. I was like, dang, Kyle, like, you know. And Kyle's like very dry humor. He's like, yeah, good job, like, way to go, whatever. And then I remember. I had my horse and whatever. I drew a lot of really great calves, and I used them. And I didn't really have the college finals in mind. And then, like, in Missoula, I was, like, kind of doing the math on, like, I made the short round. Yeah, I made the short round, and my mom is sitting in the stands, like, shaking. And I'm like, she's like, if you run this calf right before I ran my first calf, she's like, if you run this calf and you catch him and you make the short round, you're going to the college finals. So I'm like, well, no pressure, Mom. Like, that wasn't even, and I remember running that calf and just, like, I was so excited, I didn't even care. And then, you know, I get a text from Kyle, hey, you made the college finals, good job. Like, and you know in his mind, like, he's so excited and happy for you. We were his first freshman girls to ever make it. And I just saw him at breakfast in the hotel, and he's like, man, you really just turned this year around. I'm like, thank you. It's a once in a lifetime. That feeling, that is amazing. In the college final stage, there's no other place like it.
Yeah.
The brick is awesome, but when you know that there's like a world title on the line, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah, I remember Ella and I, after the short round in Missoula, which is like the make or break. Like, you're either making the college finals or you're not. I ran up to her trailer and like, we're going to the college finals.
I'm like
we
crying.
So
I'm like,
we're like hugging each other. This is amazing.
And then at 11:30 when we got our awards,
yep.
and then we went home.
And it poured rain that night. Oh my gosh.
It poured rain during
so
the goat
muddy.
tying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the short round and the
note.
goat tying, and I do not like goat tying that much, to be honest with you. I like weirdly kind of think I'm good at it because I just like am like, I don't care, I want to win, but it's not my heart. And I like was third in the first round, and Kyle's like, well, you're a goat tire, it pours. I lope down. I'm like, no way I'm getting hurt before the college final. Yeah. I was like at 11. It was not impressive.
Yeah, I think we'd be curious to hear about like the MSU spring rodeo here, that stage compared to the CNFR stage. What's that like, that experience getting to go?
Is definitely louder.
Yeah.
I think it makes all the difference knowing that at the brick everyone's there to watch you. Like, everyone's behind Bobcats, and you know the Bobcat comes up on the screen and everyone's cheering and stuff. And so the brick, I would say, is definitely louder. I think that we feel more pressure at the college finals just because obviously
we were babies.
Finals.
We were babies at the college finals.
But the brick is, oh my gosh. I always say this, like, I will never forget the feeling of my first performance in the brick, and I like turn the third barrel and go to run home, and the crowd was just insane, and I was like, wow, I will never forget that feeling. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think just like elaborating on what Anneliese said, like the fans, Bobcat fans are the best fans, and you can say whatever you want. Everybody preaches it. I'm sick of hearing it, but it's true. Yeah, it's so true. Like, it means so much to be a Bobcat. We obviously love representing the Bobcats on a national stage at the college finals. We're so grateful. They helped us a lot. We have a great support system from our team, from the university. But, like, going to Bozeman and winning Bozeman there's like nothing like it. Or even just running a calf in Bozeman, like doing whatever event you
just
do.
being in the brick in
Yeah.
your vest, even just like walking up to get a popcorn, you're like, how?
There's like little girls that are
cool
like,
right
you're
now.
so cool. Like
Yeah.
that's something we love. Like
Yes.
you live for that. I mean, we're still kids ourselves, and that means so much. All the fans that come out, whether they're like hardcore rodeo fans or they're just there to watch a rodeo, like the support is unmatched there.
They definitely make
And
the
it is
experience
louder.
here.
She is
Yeah.
right. It is louder in the brick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie, your comment about the fans and the support, I think that's something special about Montana State that pretty much across the board is you have that big of fan support. Obviously, we mentioned football, so not every game. Basketball, I mean, it's a perfect example last night. The women are in
I was there, yeah.
the tournament, and they're, over 4,000 strong is what they
Yeah.
said, I think. Like,
That was a lot. I was glad because,
It was
they deserved
packed
it.
in
They're
there, yeah.
good. They're
Yeah.
really good.
yeah. And it shows, they lost in the Big Sky tournament, but hey, we're playing in another tournament, and people still want to support them. And when they're really good, and when they have such a young team that's fun to watch, I mean, like I came from downtown last night, came up on Keggy, and I was like, holy smokes, the parking lot's full. I was like, it's not full for even like the conference games. Like,
we
this
had
is
to park in
ridiculous.
like our tailgating spot.
Yeah,
So far
it's in
away.
the back over by right by the Kennedy Stark Center. Yeah.
When I pulled around the corner, like I didn't expect to be that many people, and I turned around. I'm like, this looks like how full it is for the rodeo, because I mean, you guys have your trailers back there,
Oh,
but
it's
I mean,
like a
with the amount of but with
bless
the
those parking people.
I know. During the week, I'm like, sorry, guys.
They're like out there with a cone. Come on, like.
Yeah, and it's we missed the second round game that you were able to go to, and you said there were a lot of people at that game too. But back to the fan support thing. You mentioned earlier about Bozeman not being quite like the cowboy town it used to be, but there's still a lot of people here that love rodeo. And
Absolutely.
we heard about on Tuesday the $1 million you guys got a couple weeks ago, and like I think that in itself, and just kind of everything put together, the run out at the football games, like people love rodeo here, and I think the spring rodeo is a perfect example of that. I mean, almost sold out every year. I mean, we can look at tickets, but I know it's getting close. Like,
I think that they said Saturday night is now, because I was
Yeah.
on the radio a couple weeks ago, and it was Saturday night was, Sunday almost was, and Friday night had like 200 seats left, and we added 400 seats this year because we added a whole extra row. So I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, I think my family's like half of them, honestly. Everybody loves to come to that.
Yeah.
and I think, what was I going to say? Sunday, I think that almost getting to the sold out point is really cool too. Like, it's not just, Friday, Saturday, but people want to come the whole weekend, which is sweet. We've got tickets for, I think, Friday, Saturday right now.
no clue.
We'll probably come on Thursday too, but yeah, I mean,
Thursday's a good day because the opening night.
yeah.
I think I'm Thursday because I leave after that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But-
Yeah, and so kind of with that kind of segue into the spring rodeo, I'd like to hear about your guys' first kind of time experience in the brick for the spring rodeo, how that was, and then kind of looking ahead to this year's.
I drew a perf on Thursday night. Like, first performance, nobody's ran anything. So we have, like, some perfs and slacks. So slacks is, like, a morning performance, basically. Like, just our families go. It's not, like, a huge... But, of course, I draw Thursday. And I broke the barrier, the T-Rugby, actually, for Weston, who I rodeoed with in high school. And I remember. But the loudness, I'll never forget. Like, backing in and being like, oh, my gosh, The coaches are like, it's okay, like, good luck. And then, what did I think I ended up second in the breakaway there. I ran a calf in the perf, but the short round performance was by far my favorite. Because if you make the, like, top 10, is that what it is? Is it 12 or 10? Wow,
Yeah.
you should know this. Anyways, then I got to run a calf there, and that is incredible. And also, like, where it's streamed, isn't it streamed on the Cowboy Channel? Something
I
like that.
believe
they do it
so.
on KBGK.
I was going to say,
Okay.
they put it on the local
So
channels
that
too,
was
yeah.
really cool for the family that couldn't make it.
Yeah.
That really meant a lot that they can watch, because some of the rodeos, especially in the fall, they don't stream it, they can't see it, so they want to watch you whether you do good or bad. And same
Yeah.
with the Bobcat fans, they don't care. But it's a once in a lifetime for sure. Like, being a Bobcat and roping one in the brick or barrel racing in the brick. I mean, there's no other college rodeo like that. So.
Yeah. My first spring rodeo, it was awesome. I look forward to it so much this year. But that was obviously the first rodeo of our spring season, and so I was kind of in the standings, not really. And then that weekend in the brick just changed everything. And I think that the extra motivation of like, this is our home rodeo, like everyone's here to watch the Bobcats, I think that put so much confidence into me that week to really allow me to like go out there and do my best. And so I ended up winning one of the rodeos, and then I think I got second in the other rodeo. But just like, I think that we have a real advantage having our first rodeo in the brick, because it really just is like the driving
Gets
force
the ball
for
more,
yeah.
like it gets the
Yeah.
ball rolling.
Yeah.
Like that momentum, that confidence boost, whether you do good or bad. And you look back and you're like, dang, all these people are my fans. Like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to whip them next weekend. Like, that kind of confidence.
Yeah.
Like, and Anneliese and I think both really strive under pressure. Like, I think that's when we really do our best. So maybe some of the fall rodeos that are, like, laid back. When you walk in the brick, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Whether you're, like, up in the morning at 8 a.m. like,
think you're at the NFL.
Yeah, you're literally like, I'm about to win the world right here. And it's a college rodeo.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Michaela that brought it up on Tuesday. The production of everything, like the announcer and the music and the clown. Like, I think even the people who aren't like necessarily huge rodeo fans don't understand all of it, but just like the production, all of that, that's what makes it so fun for people. And I think we see so many people we know there. I mean, everyone's there. Like, it's just a fun thing. So, we're 2 weeks out, is that right?
Yes.
Just about,
exactly
yeah.
2
Which is
weeks.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yes,
Thursday.
that's right. Thursday.
Yesterday would have been 2 weeks because you guys are getting me all excited now.
Thursday.
So I had to do all the math.
Yeah. Yeah, well, kind of moving along with things, we'll wrap up kind of the interview part now with our get to know you questions. So these are Bobcat Weekly get to know you questions. Aiden, Brady, do you want to start?
Brady, you want to start? Do you have a
Yep.
pull-up?
Favorite place to eat in Bozeman?
Mine's the Revelry. I love that place. Whenever my family comes to town, they're like, where do you want to go to dinner? And they're like, just kidding. We already know where you want to go. So,
This is so bad. Where's that place my mom always takes us? The one that's downstairs,
oh, Copper.
the Copper is my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
Nice. I think we had Revelry a couple weeks ago. I want to say it's maybe one of the hockey players. Yeah. Good place.
Apparently, I can't remember it, but it is really good.
Copper is really good, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Favorite thing or things to do outside of rodeo?
Ride my horses. Does that
Yeah.
count? I don't know. Honestly, when I'm not rodeoing, I really just like to like hang out at home with my family. That sounds like cheesy, but that's like my favorite thing to do. So,
Yeah, my family's not that. No, I'm just kidding. My favorite thing, I love ranching. So like going home and ranching, like I went home a couple weeks and helped calve because I'm online this semester and like calving cows. I love that. It's such a brain refresher and ranching motivation. Like you want to keep every baby calf alive, I guess. And then my grandma, she will be very excited, but we play pickleball. So she is
there
very
you go.
serious about it. She started a club in Lewistown.
Ooh,
So I also,
wow.
I play pickleball with Lila. Shout out Lila.
Pickleball, nice. We learned pickleball is a kind of a more interesting answer. We learned Izzy on the basketball team a couple weeks ago was a champion ping pong player
I
growing
love
up,
ping pong
and
too,
she's
yeah.
from Wales,
That's
over in
awesome.
Wales, yeah. And like
amazing.
random fact, so yeah.
Champion
That's cool.
ping pong in
Yeah.
what? Like in the world, in
I-
the country, like
I have
In
no
Wales,
idea.
I guess.
that is so
I know.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just like, yeah.
So I
She didn't
won
even
the
bring it up to Ella,
country.
bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ella was like, oh yeah, by the way, like she's a champion ping pong player. Like, what?
I'd lead with that.
Yeah.
Have you guys had the chance to go out to the place in Four Corners? The Pickler, I think.
Yeah, the
it's called.
pickleball place.
Did they have a new place?
It's like an indoor
should go.
pickleball
we
courts.
should pickleball.
well, we know what we're doing later.
Yeah, I hate that.
I know there's
It's-
like certain times you can get like discounts for college students and high school students. So
It's huge. It's like this giant.
They always-
I've seen pictures.
the
but
football team always does a day there.
Yeah.
Every year it's a
I
team
don't like going
activity.
there, go, 'cause they're too athletic. I don't want to be sitting next to them.
Maybe we'll have Kyle take us on
Yeah.
a field trip.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, there you go.
All right, next question here. Who has been the biggest impact / influence on your journey so far?
Dang, that's a good one. I would just say my parents, honestly. It's obviously parents always want you to do well, but they've been so supportive throughout this whole journey, and there's a lot of ups and downs that come with rodeo, and I think your support system really makes or breaks that for you. But since coming to college, like my friends and just having the team aspect of it has been awesome because we all want each other to do like good, and we're super supportive of each other. So I really think that we're all each other's biggest fans, which makes it a lot more special.
Yeah. My mom is amazing. I mean, last year I had a really hard year. Yeah, I lost a horse. It was just a really, really hard year. I got in a horse wreck, and shoot, if that woman doesn't drive through the night to see you, like, there's no one like it. So, win or lose, if you can call someone and be like, hey, I sucked. And they're like, that's okay, go enter the next one. Those are the people that I'm like, okay, the people that believe in you. And there's more than just her. There's family, there's friends, and coming to college, you kind of figure out those people. I found a lot of people that push me and a lot of people that support. And, like, those people that I look at and they're like, dang, she's really good. Like, those people help you in ways that you don't even know. Because you're like, I need to get better. And, yeah, rodeo, the downs are hard. Mm-hmm. They're really hard. You can ride the high, but, yeah, I mean, you listen to anybody, like, pro podcasts, anybody's like that. Like, they talk about how hard the lows are. And the lows are like, I have $0 in the bank account low. It's so different than just, like, an NFL player that makes millions just for putting on his jersey. Like, we don't get that. You have to win. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how many sponsors you have. Like, you are there to win. And if you don't, for a long time, it gets hard. Yeah.
All right. If you had the skill set to play any sport professionally, any other sport, what would it be and why?
We got asked this the other week in our little brick interviews, but I said I would be a professional surfer because I've always dreamed of, like, living on a beach.
Cool.
Nice. I like that answer.
Yeah, I'm obviously going to say pickleballer. I said it the other week, too. I love pickleball, and I feel like I'm actually athletic enough for that. You don't have to move as much, which I really like. Like, tennis, I felt like I was just always really hustling. Yeah. And this one is just, it's a little more fun, a little friendlier.
Have you had the chance to wake surf while you've been here in Montana?
Not here, but we wake surf a lot back in Idaho during the summertime. Like, my family's big into it, so yeah, definitely.
We have a surf boat, and that's just about every weekend for us in the summer.
There's
it's fun.
Like it.
I know. I'm kind of curious now. We've talked about it. Like, would that transition to ocean surfing or not? Like, I'm curious.
Or does the ocean surfing skills translate to the lake?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. I know.
But I feel like
there's a little bit of translation.
The whole ocean surfing, you got to
experiences.
paddle and jump up instead of on the surf boat. You just put your heels on the board and stand up with the rope.
I feel like that could be a company trip, guys, for you guys to go to the ocean.
Yeah, you should figure it
out.
I think that could be a tax write-off, honestly.
Yeah. It's for research purposes.
Yeah.
We went to Boise for the Big Sky tournament, and we're trying to figure out how to make that, like, we can write this off. Like, this is a business trip.
Everything's a tax write-off when you're rodeo.
Pay for my shotgun plane ticket to go to Boise.
Last minute. Right off.
So we're still in high school. He's graduated, but they drove down, and then I got all my schoolwork finished. I didn't think I was. So I bought a plane ticket, flew out that night. I bought the plane ticket during the girls' semifinal game and driving to the airport during overtime. So that was kind of like, we might have to turn around and go back home. But so business trip. To get those write-offs.
Business trip. All right, next one here. If you could give one piece of advice to the younger generation of athletes, what would it be?
I'm going to go major cornballs, but just don't give up. Genuinely. If you are genuinely committed to whatever, if it's not a sport, if it's to your degree, good for you. If you're committed to doing something, you can do it. And you really can. Like, there's a point in, like, my life especially, I've been like, I don't think I can do it. And you always can. And, like, if I was to tell a young kid anything, it would definitely be just follow your dreams. Like, take the risk. I mean, what's going to happen? You'll regret it the rest of your life if you don't. And just don't give up on them. College is hard. Life is hard. High school is hard. Like, everything at some point is hard. So I would just say don't give up, ever.
Yeah. For me, I would say perspective has been a really big deal for me. Just trying to always keep things in, like, a bigger picture. I think a lot of times when things aren't going your way, it's easy to be like, this is the end of the world. I'm never going to get through this. And also just, like, finding your purpose. Like, I think that for me, finding a reason why I'm doing this and, like, working so hard at this, finding that reason that's bigger than myself has been a huge game changer because like I said, like there's always something to be like, no, I gotta pull myself out of this funk. Like this is why I'm doing this. I'm gonna keep going. And so yeah, I would say finding purpose and maintaining perspective.
Like it. Great answers.
All right. Next question on here is favorite song and/or artist right now.
I have mine.
Go ahead.
This is definitely like already overplayed, but "Loving Life Again" by Ella Langley has been my jam.
That is so.
lately.
Ella Langley is so good.
Yeah,
She's got a cool name too.
We do
do
love.
you
We're
wanna-
getting on
No,
the
we're
other
not.
train lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't go back once you're
Oh yeah, we are.
Choosing
we love.
Texas, like that's.
Yep.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. that song can't be overplayed.
No,
Like,
that
it's
song is
so
great.
Good.
It's
No.
one of those songs where like I found it and I just listened to it on repeat. Like I'm
I
in the
gotta
shower,
ask,
that's all
since
that's
this is
playing.
brand new, have you heard Cody Johnson's guy's version of it?
Yeah.
It's called Blame Texas.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's-
good.
I heard it on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
It's like the complete opposite of Choosing Texas,
Yeah.
where it's the other scenario. It's really good.
Yeah, Choosing Texas. The first time I heard it, I was like, I haven't listened to any of her stuff, but like I love this. Like this is
Yeah,
great.
I already
Such a
love
good
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Ella Langley. We were listening to Choosing Texas last night on the car ride to McDonald's after the game.
Yeah, we
we
were.
were the three of us and one of
We
our
were
friends in the car.
vibing. All right,
Oh,
Brady,
yes.
we've got.
What you got?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah.
So the thing about me is I love some good old Chris Ledoux. Like any
yes.
time of the
Yes.
day.
Yes.
I am such a Chris Ledoux stan. I said it on the radio and I'll say it here. I love Chris Ledoux. But you'll catch me on a Saturday before rodeo, like whipping out some Drake. So like,
Was it the other three talking about they like Don Toliver?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That was
their
their jam.
that's
Pre-rodeo music.
that's crazy. I actually heard that. To each their own.
Yep.
All right, and last one here. Who on the team would you not let date your brother?
So it has to be a girl, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Or-
the guys
or-
I can say.
Or,
Or-
we'll answer both. Answer for
Okay.
who would you
Or
not
your
date your brother and
sister.
who would you not date your sister?
Yeah.
Since it is a boys and
People
girls
are
team.
gonna see this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to know who the girls
Yes,
earlier in the week
yeah.
threw under the bus? They threw.
I know Riot was on there.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Poor Riot.
They threw.
Janae.
So nice.
They threw
Janae's
Janae
on
under,
there.
and then.
They're like best friends.
Yeah, Janae.
Yep. And then I'm trying to find the other one. The transcript. I think Mesa. It's. I'm going off.
This is an angel.
Yeah, that's just good. That's a traveling partner one there.
I will say I'm gonna have to agree with Riot. I'm not gonna lie. He's a little too wild. But I would not let
He
him
makes
date
some
my
reckless
daughter.
decisions.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good kid, but he makes some reckless decisions. For sure. I would say Taj. No hate, but
It's
the
the
bull
roughest-
riders,
the
I'm
roughest
sorry.
thing ever.
Like, I've seen Taj in the wild, and I would not let my daughter date Taj. I'm sorry, Taj.
No.
And then for the brother,
That's a hard one.
you go first. I don't.
Jeez. I'm gonna say Grace.
Oh my gosh, that's real. Yeah. Sorry,
Grace,
Grace.
because she's kind of a man eater. I don't
Yeah,
think my
she-
brother would make it out alive. not
No,
gonna lie.
my kid would definitely be sensitive, and Grace, yeah, she would tear
She
him
says
up.
it how it is.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
All right. Moving along here. Instagram Q&A.
I had an idea if you guys wanted.
Oh.
So since we got the Q&A out late, would you guys be up to asking the other girls questions since it wasn't personally directed?
We could get a couple of the other girls' questions on it. Those were some good ones. So yeah.
Yeah, there were.
All right, we'll start with the questions that we have from your Q&A. This first one here is from Rachel K. Ward.
Good job, Rach.
And it's, what's the funniest thing you've seen Kyle do?
Oh my gosh. I have one. Kyle does this thing where we'll be in the middle of practice and he'll like see something that he needs to go do and he'll just get off his horse and leave. And he'll like, every time he's like, the horse will run off, you know, just start making a ruckus out of everything. He's like, man, I'm really surprised you didn't just stand there. I'm like, are you? Because that's like the 10th time it's happened this week. So Kyle, he always makes her a good laugh. He keeps things interesting.
The funniest thing I've seen. Oh, well, one day Kyle was driving the skid steer, and Kyle is just like kind of bebopping around, and he's like this far from hitting my truck, and I'm like, whoa, 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 and I'm in the arena, so I'm like barely seeing him, and I'm like, it looks close, and I'm like screaming across, nothing, got nothing, and so then he comes up, he's like, man, I think I almost hit your truck. I'm like, yes, Kyle. Or him getting bucked off was,
Yeah.
but it wasn't really funny. It was kind of scary for like a split second. And then I was like,
Yeah.
are you okay?
He's like, me and Kyle, I heard you got bucked off. He's like, yeah, but that horse will regret it tomorrow.
Yeah, he's like, he gets back on. He's like, this stupid horse.
That's a perfect segue into our next question from Kyle himself.
Oh,
Who gets bucked off most in practice?
Shut up,
Kyle.
Kyle. It's probably, he's directing that at me. I brought a 2-year-old to college. I just want to say that, okay?
It was always, you never knew what Ella was going to get herself into
No.
last year at practice.
Right? He tested me. He really did. He tested my flaws, for sure. Well, we're getting through it, though, now. Yeah, he's starting to grow up.
He is. He's
I
awesome.
can't believe he said that. I'm going to say something about that. Definitely Kyle, though.
Yeah.
Not me.
All right. Next question here from Carly Mango Torsdahl. That's
Our mom.
These two's mom. At what age did you start competing in rodeo events?
You want to go first?
I started doing lead line when I was 4. And, like, walking the barrels.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think I entered my first actual rodeo until, I want to say 7th grade maybe. So I got a really late start to it, which that's something that it is really hard to get into rodeo if you don't come from a rodeo family, because I mean, all these kids that you're competing against have been competing against each other since they were like in diapers, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so it's a big adjustment for sure, and I think it takes a lot of time to like make a name for yourself and gain respect in the rodeo world. But so that was definitely a different experience that I had, but
Definitely
definitely
got
got
a
a
later
later
start.
start.
Hooked, I would say,
Yes.
probably.
All right, we'll pull some the questions from the Tuesday show because they're really good. So we'll let you guys go
Do you
through
have it
those.
up right now?
Yeah.
'Cause- Okay. You go ahead.
All right,
First.
first one from Paige Rasmussen. What are the unique challenges of being a college rodeo athlete compared to other sports? I know you kind of guys touched on this a little bit earlier.
I would say the schedule is just crazy. I mean, you mentioned before how football, like, they have their position meetings and then they have practice and then they can lift and go home and do what they need to do. But for us, like, you got to think about waking up and going out to feed your horses before class if you need to, or like after practice, even if it's our scheduled practices, you after that still have to feed your horses and do all the extra things. Like, we pamper our horses quite a bit. So, I mean, you just spend so much time out there, and I think it's really easy for your day to get away from you out there. But yeah,
I think, like, for me, the hardest part, and I don't know if this is true for, but learning time management when you have horses, because you can't just let them not eat, or you can't just, like, let them not have their winter coats on and stuff. You know, that's something that college athletes, like, shoot, they get sick, they skip practice, they don't go. We get sick, we don't go to practice, we still have to go feed. We still got to go take care of our animals. And, I mean, we got to make sure our trailer's ready, our truck's
Yeah.
ready. Like, just like I said,
there's just
the
a lot of
price, and then,
responsibility.
yeah, it's a lot more, I would say. Just like bringing kids.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I think like you're
Don't take kids to college.
Yeah. When you fall short as a rodeo athlete, it affects
Everything.
a larger scale than I would say other sports, because like when you play other sports, it's like, yeah, well, it might affect me and my teammates, but for us, it's like, no, it affects everything.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's very individual. I
Yeah.
feel like you feel that. I mean, sure, I know that there's basketball games where somebody misses and you're like mad at yourself, but like we miss and
The
there's no
spotlight's just on
yeah,
you.
the spotlight is on you. There's nobody else to blame. There's nobody else to take that weight away from you, that guilt, and I guess that's something I would say for sure.
Let's
Right,
see here.
What do you wanna
Next
pick
one,
next?
yeah, minivan swag 1. What are your guys' pre-competition rituals?
That's Janae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I have to have my coffee. Like there's no exception. I have to get my Starbucks, and I have this weird thing where I have to braid Shandy's name the exact same way every single time. So you may call that a superstition, but
You're such a barrel.
yeah.
So first of all, shout out Red Bull. I'm still mad about taking away the peach Red Bull. I will never not be mad about it. So I like the white peach now because it's the second best flavor they've had. I'm always 1 or 3 or whatever Red Bulls I need. And then I have this thing about like mentally, I guess I like to go over my runs in my head, like what it's going to be like. So I'll go back and rewatch videos where I did really well and try to get that. Because, I mean, sometimes you go into those things and you're like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you assume the worst. I'm going to break the barrier. I'm going to miss the calf. I'm going to miss the steer. Oh, man, I'm going to fall down in the goat. So I'll go back and I'll just watch runs. I'll be like, okay, this run was really smooth. I did that. I can do that. And just try to recreate it in whatever arena I'm in.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
We do a lot of video watching.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Kyle
hardcore
loves to tell
about
us
it. Yeah.
To watch our videos.
Kyle.
But it
He's
really
big
does
on-
help.
He's big on motivational podcasts
really
as
is.
well. Yeah.
And honestly, like you said, mindset's huge. I think that a lot of the times people, like you said, focus on
like
don't break
90.
the barrier, don't do this, don't do that, but trying to like shift that mindset to be like, okay, these are the things that I'm going to focus on actually doing instead of not doing.
And
I think
just
that can-
focusing on what you can control.
Mhm.
You can only control so much.
There's so many variables
Yeah.
too in rodeo. So
So based on what I've heard, we might need to have a Coach Kyle show.
Oh
my
For the
God.
podcast.
Please do.
Okay.
Please.
he would not disappoint.
He would.
Okay.
You guys would just have to get him to talk. Because as soon as he talks, it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. Good to
Good
know.
to know.
All right. Next question here from Kyle. Who is the worst driver on the team?
Willie.
Riot. He hurt his nose on the way to freaking
His
practice.
nose?
Yes, he was supposed to go to the Colt buck out and he crashed his minivan and broke his nose.
Talked about this on
Oh,
Tuesday.
yeah.
No, Riot. Will is back.
Will's bad. His friends don't let him drive his own truck. Like, they drive him everywhere.
He's a very fast driver. He had to go take me to the tire shop the other day. Shout out, Will. Thank you for taking me. He was a little scary. He also drives really fast, and he doesn't really, like, stop signs are suggestion. But Riot, once or twice I've rode that minivan, like, getting a ride to practice or something, and he's pretty scary. He'll be, like, on his phone. 2 hands. I'm like,
Run under the bus.
what is that?
It's fine. They talked about, the girls talked about, they said one of our teammates crashed his car, but they didn't say any names, so.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
Now you know.
I don't know why.
Heard it
though.
here
I'm gonna
first.
put that out there for. I don't know how or why.
All right. You want to get the next one there, Burns?
Yeah, might as well ask this one. It's our last one from Kyle. Is your coach as cool as everyone says?
Oh, yeah. Kyle's one of a kind.
Kyle is, yeah, he's cool. He's just, yeah. he's funny and he will like crack me up, but sometimes I'll be like in the worst mood ever and he'll like say something jokingly that I would take really well, but he like doesn't read my emotions at the time, and so it'll be like, well, glad to see that you finally caught one again, and I'll be like ready to like tear down a building. So that's just like how Kyle is though.
Yeah, it's fun to poke fun at Kyle because he gives it right back to you.
Very
Yeah.
dry humor too. You have to like, as a freshman, I was like terrified of
yeah.
him. Like I was like, okay, I don't want to mess up, and then he'd just start picking on you. And
Yeah, I feel like fall semester of our freshman year, we were all like, Coach Kyle, like, all the
He's
respect
very
to
serious.
Kyle, like, he's serious, like, you gotta look good in front of him, like, gotta be on top of things, and then second semester, we're like, hey, Kyle, what's up?
now I'm like, Kyle's your backstory. Your horse bucked you out.
Okay, next one here also from Rachel. What is something that sets MSU apart from other colleges?
The community. Like, you guys mentioned the $1 million donation, like,
That's
that night when they announced that, it was like the whole crowd was just like, like it was crazy. Everyone was shocked, and like you will not find another university that, like, half the time the universities don't even know that they have a rodeo team, and that's something that set this school apart from all the other schools, even down in Texas where rodeo is like huge. It's like they're not even a part of athletics, and
Yeah.
here, we get all the same perks as all the rest of the teams, which.
Besides some cool swag.
Yeah. Yeah, little plug, we should get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all the resources we get is really outstanding.
And I guess, like, shout out MSU, but we're in the athletic department. Like she said, that's a really big deal. And, I mean, we go to workouts. We get the fueling station. Our academic advisor,
Priority registration.
yeah,
like, all the
I'm
things.
sorry. I love Caitlin. She
Yes.
saved my life. She's our academic lady. And she literally, she tells me what to do, where to go, and when to be there. Like, she has saved so much, and she makes sure our classes, she tries to get the best she can around our practice schedule. She'll talk to our teachers if they can't get us out of something and figure out how to get away around it, or just like proctoring exams and stuff. And that's stuff that at other colleges, they don't care about the rodeo team. And I mean,
Yeah.
we get scholarships, we get fuel money, we We have
our
own
booster club
yeah,
is amazing.
We get team dinners.
Yeah.
We've been lacking more this year, but we used to get a lot of team dinners.
Yeah, community. I mean, we
I'm
30
pretty sure it's
episodes
been
now.
every guest.
Yeah.
Like they've always said, no matter what sport it is,
Some
between
form
club
of
and
community.
actual, it's the community
Well,
that
it's
drives
true.
it.
Yep, I know.
Bobcat Nation is unmatched.
Yeah, athletes' perspective, but also from kind of take a step back, the podcast perspective, the community is awesome. Everyone loves us. Everyone loves it. Like, it's such a good place to be. So, yeah, love the community.
Yep. All right. We'll do this one from Jessica Ann. What is the best part of being on the MSU rodeo team?
I would say just being a member of the team, like having the teammates, and I mean, we've all become so close, and obviously our team is so big, so there are like different friend groups, but it really is so much fun getting to go out and practice with your best friends. Like it's such a cool experience where you're never gonna have that again in your whole life. So, yeah.
Best part about being on the MSU, winning for MSU.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously your family, and I like that my family's so close, and your friends become your family, and the coaches become like your parents in a way, you know, like they help you as much as they can and stuff. And just, I mean, like I said, going to practice, getting pushed by people that are your friends, like, hey, you can do better, like, and
Practicing with people that are better than you makes you,
it makes you better. I
Yeah.
mean, surrounding yourself with people that are kind makes you kinder, you know, and stuff like that. But I would say definitely, I love winning and seeing someone from MSU and they're like, hey, good job this weekend. Like, someone you don't even know. And, like, that makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing this for you guys, too. Like, even losing. They'll literally be like, hey, good job this weekend. That was cool. Like, you're so cool. And you're not even doing anything. Like, you're just doing what we've done our entire lives. And I think that it's just the community.
Yeah.
Just like you guys have said. The fans are amazing.
I think also, like, going back to just, like, all the resources that we have as student athletes, I feel like it sets you up really well to be able to, like, rise to the occasion because we are, like, held to a higher standard, obviously. And I think that just because everyone expects that of us and, like, knows that we can, you kind of, like, start
You
to
feel
believe it
that-
yourself.
yeah.
Like, okay, like, I can do these hard things. I can rise to the occasion. And, yeah, it just sets you up for success, I feel like, even later in life.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, great questions this week. That was a good idea, combining the ones from earlier this week's show.
Mainly just because we had some great questions from Kyle.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
that was-
Yeah.
The Kyle ones were good. Yes.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you to our Instagram followers for putting in questions. Really appreciate it. Moving along, next, our Bobcat Weekly question of the season. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna
Don't
say
say
no.
yes.
I feel like if I'm ever
That's
eating
5 more
Hawaiian
no's.
pizza, it's like,
Wow.
it's last resort. So I'd
Yeah,
say
that.
no.
The no's are making a comeback. The
If I eat Hawaii.
the updated score is 20 to. That was right.
Oh, you already updated it? Okay.
I already did. 20 to 12 is 20 yeses and 12 nos.
Yep.
That's horrible. Who is saying that?
Not the rodeo team. Everyone on the rodeo team has said no.
Everyone but the rodeo,
We've
like
got some good
most-
taste buds because that.
most of our athletes have said yes.
Yeah.
It's been pretty common,
Yeah.
I'd say.
They're just trying to get that fruit in there. That's all that is. They're just saying that it's part of their diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. That's moving on to trivia here.
Can't read.
I made 2 trivia questions this week just because we didn't have recap or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're both rodeo related, so I'll pull them up here.
I didn't
So-
make it this far in the podcast. I should have.
So it's a good thing you didn't make it this far because I think we said your question on the last podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I think.
So the first question I have for you guys is, when was the last time that Montana State hosted the CNFR?
Oh goodness.
It was
If you know it, great.
If not, you can phone a
friend
friend.
if you need to.
like the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean phone a friend?
Like you
Like
can
call
call
a
call
teammate,
someone
call
to
Call
try and
Kyle.
I'm going to.
Do it. Call Kyle.
I wonder if he'll answer. It's 8:30.
He's
It's
in
Friday.
Nebraska.
Hey, this is Kyle Whitaker.
Straight to voicemail is
Whoa.
crazy. He's got that do not disturb on.
Yeah.
Who else would know? Savannah? I don't know if she'd
know.
know. It's got to be 19 something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was before my dad made the college finals.
I'm gonna say 1996.
8.
Close.
Close.
Yep.
There you go.
There you
1996.
Nice.
They was hosting Bozeman from 1970 to
How
1996.
cool would that be?
Yeah.
It would be cool, but
It would be really hard to fit everyone here.
very.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about all those extra people. Like, think about how big Casper was.
You know what they should
Yeah.
do? Is do it on in Bobcat Stadium. I think
That
that
would
would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be
That would
insane.
And it's in June, so there's probably not going to be snow. But
This year we
Don't
might
jinx
be getting
us.
snow in June.
yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
We'll
Now,
see.
now that I said that, winter just decided to come 4 months late. All right. Next trivia question here for you guys: where was the MSU Spring Rodeo held before the brick was built?
The fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Wasn't
There you go.
it?
Nice.
Good job. Perfect. All right, those are our
2 for 2 on trivia.
2 for
There
2.
we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, moving along now. Now is where we'd like recap, look ahead. But since this episode is coming out in 2 weeks, it's a little different.
We have no clue what happened.
Yeah. Right. We played a game. We might have won. We might have lost. Hopefully, we won.
We probably won.
We probably won. But what we can look ahead to is spring rodeo here. 2 weeks, April 9th through 12th. Guys, kind of just give us a little insight. What are we looking forward to this year?
Well, I heard they're gonna have some really good pretzels there. So I'm ready. You've got some of the best competitors, I think, easily in our state. But
Talk about the breakaway a little. I don't know who's on a heater.
oh,
coming
Rachel
off the-
Ward, shout out
Yes.
Rach. She has replied to both questions. She is leading the breakaway roping in the Big Sky region right now. We've got some pretty good Dillon girls too, but I mean, go Bobcats. And then we've got quite a few. Isn't Cole leading this bulldogging? We've got a lot of Bobcats coming into the spring rodeos, definitely in the top.
Yeah.
Faith Marshall's winning the goats
Mhm.
by
And she's in the all around.
a million points, I'm sure. She's crazy, good to watch, definitely. I mean, just come out. You're not going to be disappointed by any means.
Nope.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you guys
Not
will
at all.
not, for sure. Although I heard he's missing all the good nights, so.
Yeah, I got to go to Hawaii. So.
Aw.
But
you.
I'll be there for
Darn it.
Thursday
We'll let
though.
it slide.
You
'cause I
have to.
had to go to at
Hawaii.
least one night. So
Yeah, catch Thursday. We'll be there Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So what's the week looking like leading up to the rodeo?
It's a marathon, let me tell you. I think so.
The girls won now, so I mean, good for you guys. That was an awesome game.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now we don't start set up till Sunday because they play on Saturday, right?
It's a long week of just like hauling stuff in, getting stuff set up,
Setting plywood, bringing
Yep.
in dirt. Shout out to the dirt guys.
hanging up posters and all the things, and then Wednesday
Panels.
we'll have our ride through campus, which is fun.
I don't think I've ever done one.
I had to miss last year.
Yeah, I
'cause
think I had class too. Yeah, we bring in the stock. This is something a lot of people don't know. We bring in the stock and run them through so they know where they're supposed to go.
So we
Make
have
the
practice
rodeo
in
run
there
a
all
lot
week.
smoother. So we have practice. We haul all our cattle in.
Yep.
It's just a really busy week, just getting everything.
But it does give us an advantage, I would say, over the other schools because
We-
we're in there practicing all week. Our horses are used to it.
Yep.
we
It's
get some
our
good
steers
notes
and calves
for
and-
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know pretty much what's going on, but it's definitely an exciting week. I mean, it
It's
will be a
super
lot of fun. And then also we did walk-up videos. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have
yeah.
noticed, but every time that they call our name, we're on the screen and we have like our walk-up video. And then we get to pick a walk-up song.
Yes.
So if you really
Nice.
want to be fun and come and try to guess what our walk-up songs are going to be.
All right. Yeah, so that'll be when this episode is rodeo week. So buy your tickets. Hopefully some tickets are
Hopefully you
still
have
available by
them
then.
already.
Yeah,
They
or
should
hopefully
be.
you have them,
They
but
should be out.
hopefully you listened to the last episode and then remembered to buy tickets.
yep. Yeah, but the basketball thing is an interesting point that we brought up. I think when we started talking about rodeo this spring, basketball wasn't on the radar because there's never basketball on the brick this late. But
No,
I mean,
it's amazing
yeah,
how
with
awesome
this-
those girls are.
I know
Yeah.
with this opportunity is super sweet for them. So they're in South Dakota on Sunday, which will
It
be
already happened.
right. But
I recall.
South Dakota Sunday, and then they might be back home after. But yeah, a lot happening in the brick this spring, which is pretty cool. But looking forward to it. I'm pumped for it. Like I said, we'll be there Friday, Saturday. Come say hi if you see us. We'll be out and about. Come find Aiden on Thursday.
Yep.
I kind of wanted to ask you two, what's your guys' favorite events to watch that you don't compete in?
Mine is the goat tying. Those girls are insane. I mean, they haul down there going 9-0, and it's crazy to watch because I know that I would never be able to do that, but they're crazy athletic, so.
I'm such a sucker for my events. I love watching them, even if I'm not competing.
What about the barrels, Ella?
Oh yeah,
Ella actually was my handy little walk-in buddy because my horse gets nervous to go in, so she walked me in on my other horse, and
her other horse reared up. The horse I was on, that was a buddy horse, reared up at the college finals, and
during my run, and so I came out, and she's like, "Yeah, your horse reared up on me when you're running," and I was like, "Oh."
This is supposed to be like the horse to keep the other one calm.
Yeah, but she was just as hyped up as mine was.
I really like watching the calf roping.
Yeah.
Because breakaway is my favorite event. That's about the men's version of it.
Yeah.
The bareback's gonna be good. Ron's all healed up. Cole Gerhardt has broke back out, so that will be fun to watch him. See, he didn't get to compete all fall, so and he won the Big Sky region the last, I don't know, however long he's come to school. Is he a junior? Yeah. So I'm excited to see. There's a lot of good guys coming back out that were hurt or whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
What about you two?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I like the rough stock events. They're fun to watch. But yeah. What about you, Keegan?
Bareback.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
fun.
They're brave.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yes.
I would rather ride a bull than get on a bareback.
I would definitely rather ride a bull than
Yeah.
do bareback.
Bareback, probably
I think
barrel
watching
racing
bull
too.
riding it because it's at the end. It's
Yeah.
kind of what's leading up. But
Yeah.
I'm also a huge fan of barrel racing because it's like you watch the first couple, you're like, okay, and then you start seeing the times get faster and faster. Then you get fully involved where you're standing up at that final turn and just waiting just to by like 0.2 seconds you could win an event by that.
Yeah.
So
Just wait till you see Anneliese and Shandy run.
Yeah. All right, looking forward to it. Okay, next up on the list for us here, we'll touch on some other Bobcat news that's kind of somewhat relevant to what we're covering right now. First thing on here, Aiden, do you want to touch on this?
Yeah, athletic director Leon Costello confirmed there was a little bit of, after NDSU moved up to the FBS, there was a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? People weren't sure if we were still going to have that
Yeah.
Vegas game in 27, but Leon confirmed today that we will still be having the 2027 game in Vegas. I think we're getting $1.2 million for that game,
Yep.
which is
nice.
good.
Be good.
Yeah, put a little money into the program, and
Hopefully beat them.
yes. Yeah, so that's the news we have for football.
That'll be business expense by that.
Yes,
There we go.
that'll-
27.
that'll
We
be
can
a-
write that off.
That'll be a business expense.
Well,
Said that'll be my graduation trip because I'll be
Yep.
when I graduate high school. Like I'll just go to Vegas.
yeah,
'cause
that'll
why
be
not?
a little field trip to Vegas.
That's
Podcast
like
field
that
trip to
21
Vegas.
thing. When you
Yeah.
turn
Yeah, that's the
21,
thing.
Vegas, like-
Yeah, that's the annoying thing is we'll be 21 when the Grizz go in 29.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go watch them.
Yeah, no.
Nobody's going to.
No.
No.
I'll go to cheer on the Jacks.
Yep.
You guys
I think-
should just go a different time of the year.
Yes. It has
I think
to,
we'll-
you know,
we'll
it
still
has
be
to
able to-
watch football.
We'll still be able to keep ourselves entertained. That'll be a
Yes.
fun trip if we can pull that off.
Yep.
Second thing on here, this is super big news. This was
Just
announced today.
It's
Today's
the
the 27th.
20th.
Yeah.
Montana State men's basketball. They are set to carry 100% retention rate into the 2026-2027 season. So no one's leaving.
That is insane.
We have graduates. We had a couple grad transfers in this year, but 100% retention into the next season, which I think is huge. We talked about it with Voice of the Bobcats Keaton a couple weeks ago, leading up to the Starch Madness tournament, but the men just were kind of plagued with injuries this year, were never able to get to their full potential, and just, they went to the tournament as a 2 seed, but weren't able to get much done. But if they can stay healthy this next season, I'm super excited to watch them, and it's the same team again. So I kind of did a little digging on this to kind of just wonder about, retention. Google AI tells me that top teams see 20 to 30% roster turnover, and obviously transfer portal is a big part of that. So I think 100% coming back is pretty special. I think a healthy team, they could probably win the Big Sky. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure hope so.
Yeah.
Love another trip to Boise.
yes, that'd be fun. Big news. Okay, next thing on here, Brady, do you want to talk about this?
Oh, yep. Evening with the Bobcats, about a month out from time of recording. April
Yeah.
29th, Billings, Montana, in the Billings Hotel and Convention Center, 5 to 8 p.m. Post says, join us for an exclusive event to connect with the coaches over drinks and appetizers. The casual event is perfect for any Bobcat fan in the Billings area, so if you're listening from Billings, you go check that out. Go support Cats football.
Yeah, Cat football, Bobcat athletics as a whole. I think it should be a fun night for people over there. Or if you want to drive over from Bozeman, not that it's that far of a drive. Yeah, that's pretty much it for other Bobcat news. Some housekeeping to kind of get to before we wrap up the show. Sponsorships. I'll let Aiden talk about this as we kind of move forward.
So by the time this is out, we should be able to start actually running this. But we are pushing our new sponsorship system. There's 3 tiers. There's the white tier, the gold tier, or the blue tier and the gold tier. Basically, the white tier is just you sponsor a segment. Blue tier is you sponsor a segment and you get a little bit of an ad read. And then gold tier is you get your logo on all posts and everything. So, yeah, hopefully that should be good to go by the time that this is out. And then feel free to email bobcatweekly@gmail.com or shoot us a DM on Instagram if you are interested.
Yep, I think it's a nice program. I think that we built. This gives incentives to businesses, like Aiden said, sponsor the segment, or obviously we were on Instagram. We post a bunch of reels. We'll put your guys' stuff on there.
I think that there was it was either blue or gold. We'll do a reel like promo for you as well.
Yep. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Working through some last minute kind of logistic stuff, getting through that, but should be ready to officially launch here in the next couple weeks.
Yep. And if we're not by then, just feel free to shoot us a DM and we'll put you on the list for when we do launch it.
Yep. Any interest, Gallatin Valley businesses, Montana businesses?
Yep.
We're looking for people to partner with. So shoot us a message. Yeah. So guys, that pretty much wraps up everything I have on here. Do you guys have any last shout outs you want to give? Any last thoughts?
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
2 rodeo episodes in 1 week. Certainly a blast. Meeting a lot of cool people. So glad we're able to get this lined up, get this to work. So yeah, this episode will be out the week of the rodeo. So it should be out probably that Monday or Tuesday coming up to the rodeo. And like I said, we've got episode 28 out with Michaela, Faith, and Haven now on all podcast platforms where you can find us pretty much on anything.
We'll also have episode 29 out with John Campbell, Adam Jones, and Caden Dowler out talking about NIL.
Yep, that'll be a big business episode next week. We'll dive into some stuff. Stay tuned for that.
Politics of NIL.
Yep. Yeah.
Lots of episodes.
Yeah.
And one that will, with a very special guest that will most likely come out after the rodeo. So
Yes.
I might start dropping hints soon on who it will be
We
if
could
someone
probably
can figure
actually
it out.
announce it on this episode. So our week 31 guest.
We kind of took a shot in the dark on this one, but Aiden, if you want to.
Yep. So our week 31 guest is the former PBR rodeo clown, Flint Rasmussen. So he'll be coming in.
Flint is awesome.
Yes.
He's so nice.
Everyone loves Flint. So he'll be coming on for episode 31, recording when he's in town for the rodeo. So
Yes.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Stay tuned for that. Yeah, like I said, out on all podcast platforms. If you want to watch us too, we're on YouTube. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Social media, we're on Instagram, obviously. Aiden runs a Twitter. We're getting a TikTok going. Brady's getting TikTok going. So
Trying to get us back into our account because they wanted a new ownership and I got kicked out.
yes.
And they won't let me log in. So thank you,
Everyone-
TikTok.
yeah.
stay updated on that stuff. Finishing up on that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything I have on here. Thank you guys for coming on, chatting with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Excited about spring rodeo coming up here and what'll be a couple days when the episode's out. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you for next week's show. And as always, go Cats.